There are so many different hub options for your BMX bike, and if you're looking at building a complete wheel or building a custom wheel, you're going to need to find a hub that works good for you. Now, somebody asked me what my top 3 BMX hub picks were, and I wanted to choose one from each category essentially. You've got cassettes, you've got free coasters, and you've got stuff somewhere in between. And so the hubs that I picked in this video are all amazing hubs that are going to last you a long time. The biggest difference here is that each hub that I talked about serves a different functionality. For example, some people are going to prefer to ride free coasters because of their riding style, while some people are going to prefer to ride cassettes. Check out this video to see what my top 3 BMX hub picks are. Okay, so these are my top 3 favorite hubs for you guys. If you're looking for hubs, you really have to, if you want good wheel upgrades, you've got to buy the hub separately, the rim separately, the spokes separately, and build them all together into custom wheels. This can get expensive, but you're able to customize it and get something really badass, okay? And so let's just go over my top 3 hub picks. The first one is going to be the Profile Mini. Recently, the prices have just gone silly with the profiles. Profile prices have gone through the roof. And, but, this hub is reliable. This hub is noisy. It's not the Elite, but it's still noisy. I'd say the Elite's super loud. The Mini is right below that. The Mini and the Colony Wasp are like the next loudest. And it's a cassette. It's got lots of points of engagement. What does it say? 4 Paul. It's not 4 points of engagement. Maybe it is 4 points. Which is more than most, and that's why it's so loud. Anyway, it's reliable. I'd say it's a little bit overpriced, so only get this one if you're money bags. But it's, like I said, very reliable. So this bike below me has the Profile Minis, and I've had the Minis on that thing for probably 5 years. Still going strong, still loud, still pedaling. I mean, it's a cassette. You can't really screw up a cassette, I feel like. But I take that back. I had a BSD Street cassette hub that completely jammed up. We were riding at university and the cops would get mad and they'd kick us out. And so anyway, we were running away from the cops, and my hub seized up. And so I could not, I had to pedal. If I stopped pedaling, like it turned into a fixie bike. It was the most bizarre thing. And so I'm like, it was just bad. So I take that back. Hubs can go bad, and that was within 2 years. And this Profile Mini hub is still lasting me. It's very light, barely a pound for a back hub. Anyway, that's my number 1 pick, Profile Mini hub, okay? Number 2 is the BSD Revolution. I'm also currently riding this on my other bike. This one, it acts like a free coaster. You can pedal backward, or you can roll backwards without pedaling backwards, but it doesn't have slack like you're gonna find on a free coaster. It's got pretty much instant engagement, and look at this. It's on super sale, 25% off. That's crazy. That's a good price for that, because I think I paid full price for mine, 250 bucks. Anyway, it bridges the gap between a cassette and a free coaster, and it allows you to fakie without pedaling backwards. And man, so solid. I love this hub, but it's quite a bit heavier. This is with hub guards. The hub guards snap on. They're strong, sturdy, reliable hub guards, but it is a little bit heavier. And one of the issues people have with it is it engaging when you don't want it to. When I first had it, if I rolled up a bank and fakied backwards, Jesus Christ. If I rolled up a bank and fakied backwards, it would engage and I'd have to pedal backwards with it, which was kind of frustrating. But after a few months, that kind of worked itself out. And now I absolutely love it. So number 1 pick, Profile Mini. Number 2 pick, the BSD Revolution Planetary. And that's if you want something like a free coaster without any slack. The third one is going to be the We the People Hybrid. Is it a free coaster? Is it a cassette? That's right. It's both. And it's got a 1-star review on here. That's crazy. Look, I'm going to tell you guys, the left-hand drive has a 5-star review, so we'll look at that one. I'm going to tell you guys the secret here is this hub can come apart. So you take this apart, you pull out the driver here, pull it out, it just slides right off. And then you remove the springs in there that are holding it together. And when you pull the springs out, then boom, you got a free toaster, okay, instead of a cassette. And one of the guys at the skate park here has this hub, and sometimes I'll come to the park and he's got his wheel taken apart because he's like, oh, I just felt like riding a cassette today. And so he's got his wheel taken apart at the park and he's just flipping it out, just like you would if you were gonna change out I don't know, add pegs to your bike or something like that. Like maybe you want to ride pegless to save weight, and then you're like, oh, I feel like putting pegs on, so I'm going to add pegs. It's the same thing. You're like, normally you're riding cassette, and you're like, oh, I want to ride free coaster. So you just take 10 minutes to make it into a free coaster. It's pretty crazy. So anyway, that would be number 3. $150 for the hybrid to get a little bit of both. $250 for the Revolution if you pay full price, $189 through Dan's right now, or $209 for the Profile Mini. Those are my 3 picks. Those are all really good hubs, and I think if you pick based off of what's best for you, whether it's free coaster, cassette, or both, you're gonna be very happy with either 3 of these.